Okay, so what we're doing today is it's me, Megan, a few of the mods, and we're going to be listening to a few of Free Manor Nuts' wee stories. He tells us these from time to time on the Discord. They're quite good. If you do get the chance, definitely go ahead and check out his YouTube channel, because I really don't know why the fuck. Like, honestly, if any of you actually watched any of his fucking videos, like, it's really weird, because they look like a lot better. Then it's like, why the fuck is this nigga only got 300 subs? It's like it's really unusual, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, if you get the chance after this, if you enjoyed it, I would say definitely go ahead and check that out. But, like, let's just get into it. So, like, normally, like, these stories are the shit that you're going to hear anyway on this sort of channel. So, like, like, a free man, let's just go for it, will we?
Let's just jump.
I most definitively believe we should.
Just
Hello, everyone. Freeman or not, the name. And, I'm just called a scary motherfucker because, well,
He's creepy as
scary.
fuck.
Fucking.
Okay, I'll tell you his first wolf, right? Right, so anytime he joined the server and he kept messaging me, he's like, "Yo, James, come on in VC, I'll tell you a story." And I'm like, "Baby, I'm busy, I'm busy here, like just give me a wee minute." Because I'm pretty bad for VC as it is. And then eventually, someone said to the mod, "No, James, you need to get in here, this guy's fucking, he give me the heebie-jeebies."
I feel sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Same.
So they're good stories. Like, that's a good starting point. So anyway, no, keep going.
I just started off very rapey, like, come into the voice chat. I want to tell you a secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I got the nickname, but I don't mind it. It's kind of fitting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
I'm going to be telling you all some stories. And, well, we've set some interesting ambience here with rain and thunder. So
Turned up a wee touch, so well.
you do. And the idea is essentially going to be that I'll do... how do I say? I'll be telling stories that I have from my personal life. I'll also be telling stories that I have received, one of those classical stories, green text stuff. But it's going to be a little bit different, because these are not necessarily green texts. And I think we're going to start off really strong, honestly, because the first story that I want to tell you all is of a time when I worked as a little bit of a narrator. Because back in the day, this was about a year ago, I was requested on a Discord server by the name of Seventh Realm, it was called back then. It was a D&D Discord server. Its entire purpose was for you to essentially hire dungeon masters for a few dollars, and depending on the members, would increase or decrease in price. And what you would do then is essentially just have a campaign running. Yeah. And it was to separate the wheat from the chaff. That's why they had the cash system. Otherwise, everyone would be jumping at it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I had to do something. And he came across me pretty much the first day I came on the server, and he was like, "Damn, your voice is perfect. Can we have you in a campaign?" And I was like, "No, your time zones doesn't fit me." And he still wanted to use me. So we came up with a compromise. I was going to receive character bios from him that he had received from other people on the server that had paid to be a part of campaigns, and I was going to read them up and post them on my channel.
Oh, no.
Now, these videos are not accessible anymore. I've privated them for reasons, and it's because I've changed content entirely, really. But they are virtually gone. And what I did was that I said yes to this, and in return he would give me exposure and whatnot.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah. And so I began and got through the first stories. These were about 10 stories. I think it was about 10 stories altogether. I read the first 5. They were entirely fine. There was nothing special about them. They were generic. Some were better than others in terms of the writing. You could tell that they weren't writers, obviously, but they just wanted to get their characters on paper.
Yeah.
And so I just read them out, and I essentially spiced them up with my own words just to make the stories a little bit more interesting. And then uploaded them. And once I was done with the 5th story, I got to the 6th and 7th story. And those two are the ones we're going to talk about today. Because the 5 first were nothing special. They seem to have some vague ties to one another, but nothing I could discern immediately. And then I got into the 5th and 6th, and even though the 5th has nothing to do with the other characters, even though the 6th one doesn't have anything to do with the other characters, the 7th one does, and we're going to get into these. But I'm going to start off with a very interesting character, and this is these two bios that I'm going to read to you guys.
Right.
Is the worst character bios for any D&D character I have ever laid my eyes upon.
So
these are dreadful.
So what are we talking, like, over the top Mary Sue types, or are we talking otherkin furry, or, you know, just general cringe?
Oh, my friend, you wish you knew, but do believe me, the old gods have eyes, and you do not wish to stare into that abyss. Because these motherfuckers, they are a mixture of both. They are Mary Sue inserts with furry and otherkin elements, and slight bits of pedophilia.
What?
It's...
Why?
That's how you know it's good. When
No.
they're slick.
Yeah, fucking is. Like,
Sure.
oh, let me just got my hands together. When they say furry and paedophile in the same sentence, like, this is my shit. This is my
This
type.
camps have a lot of it.
Yeah, give me that greasy Jew picture.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But... the reason, like, why these exist, I don't know. I think it's like to fulfill someone's fucking fetishes, because
It is.
for most of you who are
It has to be.
watching, for most of you who are watching this, most of you fuckers who are watching this stream already have seen, probably, the Tale of North, for example. It's kind of on that level.
Yeah.
It's on that level, but it's worse just because this story is as if though he has made it himself, and I'm going to read it to you.
Alright.
The title of the story, to begin with, is wrong because it's named Azara, which is supposed to be the name of his character. The problem is, no one in the fucking story is named Azara. So
Yeah.
either he changed the name midway and forgot to change the title, or he simply didn't fucking bother.
Ugh.
And the start of this thing is already there. We got some of the worst things I've ever seen. This is how the story starts. While on the hunt, the group broke off into fragments. That's the first sentence.
Alright.
I mean,
So off to a bad start already.
it's up to a bad start because that's not how you start a story. That's how you start, like, Book 2, Chapter 1, sure.
Yeah. You need.
Or
It's like starting a sentence.
you need build-up for this shit.
Yeah. Is that not the age-old thing for stories? You want to be telling the story at the most interesting points
Yeah.
of the characters' lives,
Yeah.
or something like that, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, you want to build up a little bit, and especially when D&D characters. And the thing is, I am not going to read too much from the story. The reason why is because the text itself it's so fucking meshed, and he has been spelling all right, but he has done sentence structuring terribly.
So it's
That's awful.
so you have to doctor it to a certain extent just to make this
Yeah.
just so you even know what he's trying to convey. You know what I mean? It has to be
Yeah.
changed. You
Yeah.
know?
Pretty much. And here's the fun part. This is the second and a half time that I'm reading this, because I read this the first time around when I got the story, and I only got halfway through. So let us begin. So, first, we're introduced to our first character. His name is Varen, spelled Theren. That's not a fucking name. That sounds like a noun or something that is supposed to belong.
Type that into the mod chat first, just so we've got, just for the people watching.
Just type it down.
Yeah, no, it's just, you can throw in whatever. If you've got any pictures or anything like that, because that's what's on the stream, you know, it's just the mod chat.
Alright.
Yeah, that's actually going on, by the way, so, like, you know, if he's kid, like, you know,
No.
cheers for that one with the hot dog one, by the way. If there's any fucking chance. We'll be alright.
Alright, no dick golf.
Yeah, dick golf's not allowed on this stream.
If it wasn't YouTube, we'd be okay with it. But
Yeah,
now it's YouTube, so sorry.
Yeah, maybe I'll start streaming on Live Jasmine or some shit.
That dick golf would be acceptable.
Yeah.
Alright. So, yeah. Let's go into it. So, our first main character, Varen. Varen is one of the worst characters I've ever read about. So, the way that he does this is that he's out in the forest with a group of elves. And they're hunting. Hunting what exactly? We don't get to know. At least not in the beginning. Because they tell us that they split off into fragments, and these fragments are essentially couples. So they split up into groups of 2 to go and hunt. And that's when we get to know what they're hunting, when they're in groups of 2. They are hunting werewolves. And for those of you who have played D&D before, you know you don't hunt a werewolf alone, especially not level 1 rangers.
Yeah. No.
So, these guys, a relatively decent-sized group of about 10-12 individuals, split into groups of 2 and fuck off into the forest to hunt the werewolves. And this is when the interesting start comes, because, yes, they do get attacked by the werewolves. They get jumped on, preyed upon, and Varen manages to survive. And Varen's friend does not. Varen's friend dies. And something interesting as well is that the werewolves managed to bite or scratch. It's not, I don't entirely know. They bit or scratched Varen's hand. And this made him frightened. Because now he thought that, oh no, I've been infected with the werewolf disease. I'm going to become one of the monsters. That's essentially what he is described to show. You know, fear for transforming into a monster.
Fucking
And-
John Marston.
Yeah, pretty much.
Marston!
The problem is, though, that as soon as he discovers this, one of his other friends from another group come and meet him up. Varen and his dead friend managed to kill all the werewolves, but Varen was still bitten before they all died. And when the other friend of Varen appeared, Varen killed him in cold blood. He had no reason to kill him. It's not said that the effects of the poison, so to say, is taking over him, making him do this. No, he kills him in cold blood. Full out. He has no reason to do this, and he still maintains self-control. And we'll get into that a little bit later, because it's not entirely explained to begin with. But what happens is that after he has done this, he's still afraid, and he runs into the forest and fucks off. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why were the werewolves even attacking them?
Yeah,
Well,
what
it's
were
actually-
they? They were hunting them now, were they not? So,
Yeah. The elves were hunting the werewolves, but the reason why the werewolves were attacking the elves was actually kind of funny, and it stands. This is what it stands in the story. I'll quote directly off. The werewolves have been at war with these elves for many generations, and they finally began to organize, gaining revenge for what they have felt to be the genocide of their packs.
Okay.
So he pretty much
Well,
gassed
They
them.
fucking deserve it for being
nice.
fucking fur pack niggers, man.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think you guys got
Yeah.
that spot on. I think they're the fucking furries of the fucking... Honestly, I never got this whole thing, like, werewolves v vampires and all that
Dry,
shit.
you're not allowed.
Yeah, but why do they always make them
It's
sexual?
really
Like,
dangerous.
what's the sexual elements that just automatically get thrown at these sorts of characters? I don't get it. I don't think I ever will.
It's
I mean,
teenage girls wanting to fuck wolves and teenage.
no, you know what it is? It's like it's like Tony the Tiger and shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's
Just
no.
suck off Tony the Tiger with it.
Yeah, it's
Brand Wizard sounds stoned as fuck right now.
So, what happens then is that as soon as this is revealed, Varen, like I said, fucks off into the forest, and we don't hear from him in a little while. Then, we get to hear from our second character, and her character, and this character's name is Maya, I think. We're gonna call her Maya. Maya is a drow. And meaning
Yeah, ooh, I can get it. I can get it.
Nigger elves.
Yeah. I don't know. I do have an affinity with elves to a certain extent. I do enjoy my Dark Eldar and whatnot. So
Yeah.
like.
but the drow. Well, I don't think we can say the. We call them Somalia elves.
All right. Well, no, we call them they're basketball American elves.
James, stop it.
Okay.
We was elves and shit.
I'm not going to derail it.
We was elves and shit.
This is gonna,
We was elves.
What ones are the G elves?
I can't.
Are there any? Are they, what type? Okay,
Alright.
so we got the basketball elves, but what are the G elves? What are like the Slavic elves? I'm gonna say the Slavic elves are the ones that live in the woods because I can see them wearing Adidas tracksuits to jump over them.
fuck.
You know what I mean? You would need them Adidas tracksuits to be jumping over logs and shit.
God.
What?
Then what happens is that we come to this elf woman by the name of Maya. Maya was the only character in the story that I, to begin with, liked. And the reason will come up fairly soon, actually. She was in a war currently. They were fighting surface elves, as is described in the story. They're literally called surface elves, the ones they're fighting.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Very fucking specific.
Yeah.
Fucking white
So yeah,
people.
what happens then is the sheer fact that she's requested to take a scouting position and eventually an elevated position to see if she can take pot shots at the enemy commanders. She comes up on this hill and finds her mark, but before she manages to shoot, she gets attacked by a werewolf.
Obi?
And the werewolf tries to bite her and tries to kill her and whatnot. And it actually manages to bite her. But instead of killing her off, it fucks off. The werewolf just disappears and it leaves immediately. And the woman herself, Maya, is then doing the only thing that I like. Because she has self-control. She vouches that she will kill this motherfucker. She will hunt his ass down and put him in the dirt for taking her life away from her. And yeah, so she's actually going on a revenge quest, even though she's a werewolf.
Quick question: do you reckon do werewolves have like wee red rockets like dogs?
I
don't prefer to think.
Do you reckon
Does that make him a furry?
do they have lipsticks?
I prefer not to think about it.
But,
Yeah, but we
Well, no,
lipsticks.
I got a quick overview of this story before we started, so like
Question.
it's gonna be important to the story later down the line, like
a little bit of a funny anecdote, by the way, about that. About the character Maya. Like I said, she vouches that.
about wolf dicks.
Just you wait.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just you wait. Everyone,
I'm
just
so excited.
calm down, and I'll tell you all about the fur fucking. So,
Calm down, children.
what happens is the sheer fact that she vouches to kill this guy because she believes in an old oath, apparently, and that is that if you murder the one who transformed you, you will transform back, meaning that you are supposed to have self-control. which she has. But this is the part that makes me question, because here's the thing. Varen must have had self-control, meaning that he did kill his friend in cold blood, because he wasn't transformed.
Alright.
And he is transformed now into a werewolf. And here's the thing, he was the one that bit her. That's what we get to know. The one that bit her and turned this woman into a werewolf was Varen. And that makes him even bigger of a cunt, because that just means that he's a massive race traitor who essentially wants to abandon his, well, I hesitate to say humanity because it's an elf, but abandon what he is as a species in order to live.
So like the Swedish fan.
No, he abandons who he is. He abandons what he is, his race, his heritage, and everything in order to be a furry.
Like a Swede.
Just like North. Just like North.
Yeah.
Top fucking kick.
Also, Wholesome Howard, stop posting pictures of Swedish children.
Yeah.
They have it bad enough as it is.
Yeah.
I love Viking.
Fuck off!
Okay, we was Vikings and shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, come on.
So, what happens then is that, okay, she goes on this revenge quest and she's gonna find his ass and murder him and transform back because she had apparently a life that was worth it compared to the Wolfman Greg here.
Yeah.
And so, she manages to find him. She hunts him for a year, an entire year. She spent hunting his ass down, finds him in the night, and what happens? He's allowed to monologue for 5 minutes. This is explained in the story. For 5 minutes, he monologues to her about how shit his life has been, about how shit his transformation has been, what he has done, and what manner of a cunt he is. And all the angst, all the BS that he pours out is enough to make Maya, the one who has been hunting him for a year, to not want to kill him and instead feel pity for him. And the worst of all, wants to join him.
That gay.
This.
There's no other word to put all that. Nigga, that gay. You know, there's no other. There's no other actual name. The actual you can give to that.
This fucking Varen character must have rolled perfect everything into fucking charisma and like master manipulated this character. Because holy fuck.
You just got sevens.
Like, yeah, pretty much. And God, well, he's intelligent.
That sounds like getting fucking getting potato mod to join the British Army. You know, Australia. That's the type of fucking 180 we're talking here. I was about to say 360. I was like, oh wait, I'm not actually disabled.
Oh my lord. So, yeah. To continue with the story. By the way, someone is in the chat there. He just got fucking in here.
Speech 100. I saw that. Speech 100. That's all it fucking is. A speech 100.
Look, Aside Fox is in the chat. Let's bully him.
Oh, he's out.
Nah. Nah. Leave him be. He's just a fag.
Oh god.
All right. Jokes aside. It's like it's irony. It's irony. Don't worry. It's irony. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We don't need to gas yet. So everyone is welcome to this chat. It's all degeneracy.
Yeah, we'll be alright.
So, yeah. So, to continue,
We're not fully degenerates.
they decide that they are going to leave this place where they're at right now, and they go into the deepest, darkest, dankest part of the forest, where they decide to settle down and build a home out of sticks and stones. They literally build a shack out of sticks and stones. And as they do this,
Yeah, we can guess, don't say it.
Yeah, we're gonna assume it's a dirty wee sex den.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
fucking
this
sex
is,
den. It's a straight up sex den.
Yeah.
It's a straight up sex then because they do end up fucking. This is actually told in the
Guess
story.
me,
Guess me, daddy.
Yeah.
That's the end of the stream. Good night, everybody. Let's go.
Good night.
Good night, Grand Wizard.
Right,
Hope you had a nice
That's the end
story
of the
for you.
stream. No more.
Alright, lose fat.
Goodbye.
Oh, shit, I'll pass.
Good night.
See you later, yeah?
Cheerios. We love
See you
you.
later. Thank you. I love you too, mate.
Bye bye.
How do I turn this thing on? Hey.
Fuck's sake, you're tired, not fucking.
Finally, it's gone.
I was like, oh,
Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, what happens then? They build a shack, they fuck, and they have a kid. The kid is really fucking interesting in this regard because the kid is. Oh, yeah, aside, don't spam, fuck's sake. Anyway, so what happens is that after they fought, they get a kid. And the kid is the most bastardized thing I've ever fucking read about in story ever. Because the kid, and this is going to be interesting for some of you, is part drow, part normal elf, I think wood elf, and part werewolf. Meaning that this is the biggest bastard child in the entirety of D&D.
Basically an American.
yeah.
This is the worst combination of all the manners of things. You've got degeneracy in the worst form. It's fucking awful, but it's hilarious on the same time because it's like terrible to read about. And the thing is, the kid can't control its powers yet. It's only a little it's like 1 year old, but it can't control its powers. And what happens is even more interesting because one night, when the kid is 6 years old, the father is getting worried that the mother is not returning because the mother is out hunting. And she hasn't returned for over 24 hours. So he becomes worried. He goes out and looks for her. But before he does this, and this is the father of the year, by the way, because what he does is that he tucks his child into bed, thinks that it's asleep, goes out the door, locks, and fucks off. Oh, well, no, he doesn't lock because it's sticks and stones.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, he just like closes the door.
he just
like,
pushes the bushes to the side and then kicks him back into place.
Puts a rock
he
in
pisses at the door frame like, don't. He pisses.
Just stay.
Yeah, he's like, pisses at the door frame like, cross this and fuck you.
Yeah.
Alright, so what happens then is that he fucks off into the forest, finds his wife, and they're about to go back. As they go back, whoop-de-fucking-do, the kid wakes up and is about to go out into the forest. Because it's looking for its mommy and daddy. But just as it crosses like the doorstep and goes out, it finds a pack of elves, a hunter group. That is described as fairly large. I imagine like 20 members or something like that. And this is the weirdest fucking part in the entire... One of the weirder parts, because they don't decide to kill it. They decide like, oh, look at this. This one is adorable. How about we utilize it for bait? So far, so normal. Like, okay, it's a bastard child. Well, we can get forth the parents, have them killed, and then kill this thing. The problem is that they're not going to kill it. They're only going to kill the parents. Because the general of the party of hunters decides that, nah, I want to keep this thing as a pet. Because he feels pity for it. If you want to feel pity for it, you fucking shoot an arrow in its face and you're like, no one can hurt you anymore now. But no, they don't. And the parents come home. They find the group, and a massive fight breaks out. The kid tries to run back into its cabin, but the cabin burns down. And so it instead runs into the forest. And fucks off. And this is the middle part of the story. This was, as far as I read, the first time that I got my hands on this story because I couldn't fucking continue. It was so poorly written, so fucking awful that it was just downright atrocious, really. fucking terrible, mate.
No.
It was awful. It was really terrible.
I feel bad for the people that have paid. To, as I say, this is for a D&D session on Discord. You have to pay to get in. People that do it normally take it quite seriously. It's alright. I had to pay to get in, and a furry fucking elf. No, just stop. No. I would be like, mate, can you put me into a different group? I've got the receipt on PayPal here. That's sweet. Don't you worry about it. I'll just find something else. Don't worry.
If there's anyone that I feel fucking sorrow for, it was the DM, and I'll get into that eventually, believe me. So, yeah, like I said, that was as far as I got during my first read. Then I started to read it again a while later and thought like, okay, I gotta finish this to see how badly it goes, because it was bad then. I thought it couldn't get much worse. How fucking wrong I was. Oh my lord, how wrong I was.
I'm so excited.
So am I.
Yeah.
Oh god. So, let's just say like this. Let's just say like this. If the planet broke before the god did, but this is what would make them break before the planet.
Yeah.
Because my fucking god, this is awful. So we're starting off from the checkpoint here, and the little kid has run into the forest and is hiding underneath like some rubble, essentially old ruins. And as it's hiding there, it hides there for days apparently. And it's just laying there. And then, like, a few days later, it hears a sound above it. Like something is walking around, prowling and whatnot. And then, jumping in front of it, where its hiding place, is its dad. And it crawls out, and is like, oh, daddy. Ooh, daddy, more like. And, what happens is that the father is like, no, fuck off. It doesn't want to see the kid. It genuinely doesn't want to. The father is hurt, but he seems to be okay. Like, okay, he's bleeding and a bit hurt, but he seems alright. That's as far as I got in the description. But the kid really wants to go back with his father and like, live a normal life again. And the father's like, no, fuck off. I lost my wife. I don't want to see you anymore. Now I can actually... Now I can abort you.
That's a strictly stage abortion. I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's like abortion laws in D&D works. It doesn't work like it does normally in our world. In our world, you have to abort it after like 12 weeks. This fucker was 6 years old, and now I've decided, this wasn't for me. Fuck this.
Yeah, just throw it in the bin or something.
Pretty much. And this guy apparently knows how bad these fucking parts of the forest is, because he tells it to fuck off. He doesn't kill it. And the kid is still crying like, no, I want to go back. Then the father roars at the kid. And the kid becomes like frightened to death and then runs off into the forest even further in. And it runs for a while, and we don't get to see the father ever again.
Well, that can only be a good thing, to be honest with you. Well, I suppose it's
dickhead. Proper black dad.
Yeah. No, it's not the black one. It's the furry one. So it's his mum that's the black one.
Yeah, this is even worse because.
No, the kid's half black.
Yeah. Oh well, half black, half furry.
Disgusting.
So.
Right.
Right,
Disgusting.
I'm not gonna love that one.
Just that I had a mixed baby.
Well, at the it's unfortunate that the kid never learned how to flush after it had taken a shat. Well, anyway, so the kid has fucked off into the forest, and now it's essentially thinking to itself, like, where am I going to go now? And then it gets discovered by someone, and this is the worst part of the story. And my god, this is terrible. Because the kid gets discovered by a pixie. Yeah. And not just any pixie. A corrupted pixie. And corrupted by what, you say? Well, we don't get to know, but I imagine Slanesh after what this thing did. Because it creeped up on the kid, who is, at this point in time, 6 years old, can't control its powers, transforms back and forth.
The pedophilia.
Okay, this...
Pretty much, because it transformed back and forth to werewolf and the elf thing, drow mixling.
Yeah.
So, what happens then is the sheer fact that the kid is, how do I explain it? Is told by the creature like, "Oh, you feeling a bit low? You're feeling a bit sad? Come with me, and I'll take care of you. I got free candy in my van." So, the kid follows along, and comes to its lair. Essentially, it's like
I know. I've
I'm switching from mobile to PC real fast.
all right, not to worry. I imagine this pixie looks a bit like the child catcher from fucking what was it, Chi Bang Bang? Yeah, that's exactly what I've got pictured in my head. Children, or should I say furries?
You want some popsicle?
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking oh god.
Hi there, kids. You stay with me forever. Okay. Yes, I can do a lot of voices, weird ones. Improvise.
can only do Stitch.
So,
Jesus for Christ.
what happens then is really fucking weird because it is explained rather extensively as well, which makes me a little bit fucking like tipsy. The kid is brought into a clan of other pixies, also corrupted. And here's what they do to it: they strip it naked. They force the kid to essentially have a dog collar, teach it dog tricks, and to be a guard dog, and they only allow it to sleep on a pile of leaves, and they occasionally torture it, regardless of form. And they don't explain what the torture is, but considering the fact that they stripped it naked and forced it to wear fucking wear a dog collar, I imagine that this was heavy amounts of BDSM pet play.
Yeah, I think you can safely. You don't need to assume that. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to go into more details than that. Everyone can picture it. So yeah. So what happened then? By the way, before we continue, wir müssen der Furry outlassen. Seriously, this is fucking awful. Jokes aside, the kid is stuck here doing this shit for 6 years because not until the kid is 12 something happens again. And when the kid is 12 and has been stuck in here for 6 years, a knight in shining armor, not kidding, comes into the forest, and the pixies are like, "Oh, there's something dangerous there. Guard dog, kill it." And so they send the kid at it, and it obeys. It tries to kill it, but the knight like sidesteps it and like, "Oh, what is this?" It's like, "Oh, it's a werewolf kid. Should I kill it?" Nah. Instead, it's a merciful elven knight apparently. And what it does is that it's just deciding that, I'm gonna check out where you came from. Oh, okay, you came from the pixie hut over there. All right, stay here. And then the knight essentially goes over to the to the palisades of the pixies, goes inside and slaughters them, and then comes back out again. It's like, "So you're my pet now." And
no. So we're just selling,
like,
taking ownership. Oh, I like this wee sex slave. Give me this one. I like this one. I'll pick up a new one from the forest.
Well, that's just the post-battle loot. I mean.
Yeah. I always say, I maybe join the army if I can get back into the looting and pillaging part of it, but I don't know about picking up the sex slaves now.
Don't know about the sex slaves.
No,
I mean, that seems like the best part. But
I think I'll pass up on it.
Pick up a couple of sub-Saharan sex slaves selling on the black market.
Well,
no, we're good. We're good. So what happens then is that for the upcoming 2 years, the kid is stuck with this guy, who we don't know entirely what he does to it, but we know that he teaches it to speak, But the problem is the sheer fact that it hasn't spoken at all. It hasn't learned how to speak with its parents either for some fucking reason.
Right, that seems like, you know...
At 6 years old, this thing seems like learning deficiencies.
Yeah, I would say so.
and
It's like the opposite of it's like the opposite of inbred.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Yeah, it's got Down syndrome.
and here's the thing as well. I think the reason to why, because here's the thing, it can't speak very well, and after those 2 years, it still can't speak very well, but it can make itself ish understood. The knight just fucks off into nowhere. It's like, well, my training is done. Bye bye, pussy, and just leaves. And I think the entire reason to why that knight appear, and why that knight only teaches it to speak over the course of 2 years and leaves it in the middle of development, is only so that the guy who plays this character can have an excuse for doing furry slang like, ooh, notice bulge. That's the only reason why he did that. That's the only fucking reason.
No, he didn't.
Basically admitting that furries are retarded.
Yeah, yeah, it fucking is. It fucking is.
This confirms it.
Yeah.
And I have the fucking evidence to show for it.
Oh, that's just sad. That's really,
It's really sad.
You know, I think, like, you know, if this is the second time, I think I would be asking for my money back for playing, like, you know, for joining in on this. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to. It's like, right, that's it, done. You know, it was a nice try and all, but no, boys, see you, mate. Don't worry, I'm not interested.
Yeah, pretty much. And it becomes even fucking worse in a sense, because what happens then is that the knight fucks off, the kid is 14. The kid still needs, like, a caretaker, apparently. So what it decides to do is that it decides to, like, okay, I'm going to look in the forest for a while. Then it discovers the only place where I could actually see this thing belong for, like, a week before it would be killed because heresy. And that is a freak show. It actually finds a caravan with freak shows.
Yes.
And it fits in, apparently, very relatively well, and is brought into the caravan. It's still apparently abused in there for some reason. I don't know fucking why, and they don't explain it either. So apparently this, like, kid is becoming... I don't even want to fucking go into details. When it has only been there for like 2 weeks, and then comes a party of bandits out of nowhere after those 2 weeks to raid the caravan. And the thing is that the kid has been educated over the course of 6 years. Sure, it has been tortured for 6 years, but it also has been taught how to be a good guard dog and to attack. But in this scenario, it doesn't attack. It fucks off. And what it does instead is that it climbs up into a tree where it sits for days. It sits there for multiple days and just waits it out whilst they hear screaming, stabbings, and swords clanging and clashing.
You know, it's at that point where you just wish, you know what, why didn't the rocks just fall on its head? You know, why did the character just died? We don't know.
The house.
Yeah, like, you know, why are we here? Just suffer. You know, that's
Just
what,
to suffer.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I don't know.
All the men I've lost. And for what? For furries. Alright, so what happens then, and this is pretty much the end of the story. And the story ends in a very bad fashion, because it ends in a sense similar to one of my characters, but only in a small sense. And here's the thing. The story ends with that the kid has been sitting up there for a few days, and then it's smelling like smoke, and it's like, oh, what's that going down? And then it, like, climbs down from the tree, and as it does, it notices that beneath the tree sits a group of adventurers. That's the end. And the reason why that end is there is only so that he can essentially introduce his character in the most, like, cringeworthy ass fucking way, because he can't go into a town because he'd be lynched. So instead he has to jump down from a tree and be like Curious George and go up to them like, hello, what are you?
Mate, no. Like, how long did they actually go through this story? Like, you know, like, say I'm sitting down having a game or whatever, and like we're gonna have to tell this here backstory about my character before we really introduce them. if they just stop. Fucking kill you. No, it's time to end. Just turn back now. It's not. Just stop. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Like, you know, I hope the people got their receipts. To be honest with you, I hope they got refunded because that's just fucking cancer. Like, you know, I don't really want to be hanging about with the sexy fucking furry. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of an interesting part because, like I said, I only read half the story the first time I got this, and I contacted my employer about this and told him, like, I refuse to fucking do this character. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, and it is not deserving the paper that this shit was written on. This is terrible. And he told me, like, I entirely understand. It's okay. You don't have to. He actually left. I was like, what? He left? Yeah. And then he told me about how their D&D campaign went, because my employer was the unfortunate fuck who had to DM for these fuckers.
Mate, can you not just turn it down? Can you not be like, look, you know, I know you give me a few quid and all, but like I'll just give you back at this stage.
Yeah.
It's just not working out. You know, it was a really nice idea and all, but like, maybe for the people that you have to cater to, it's just not. Maybe there's a reason why these people have to search on the internet and like, you know, I know not everyone has people around them that they can play with and all, and it's a nice little alternative, but then you end up with people like these, you know?
Yeah.
It's not nice. It's not nice at all. I must say that's possibly the... As far as backstories go for characters, at least, like, you know, the only good thing is, at least I can say, this was a made-up character. You know, they're not, like, real, they're not, like, you know, it's not like that Wolfman Gregg or not, like, North, or, these aren't, like, you know, well, I suppose, like, you know, let's face it, if we got hands on this here person, we got some, like, you know, accounts, I'm pretty sure they'd probably be very similar. Very fucking similar. Oh, I don't know. We need Darbo in here.
Yeah.
We need Darbo, to be honest with you, to laugh at.
No, we don't.
Yeah, can we get Darbo in here?
Fucking hate Darbo.
And Darbo would be like, please, it's not actually like this. They're not that bad. You know? Oh, I feel bad.
Defend your case all you want. You're guilty regardless.
Yeah, I feel bad for Darbo sometimes, so I do. Like, you know, he's like awfully mean to him.
He's a fucking furry.
He's not bad. He's dead on. He was telling us a nice wee story earlier. I quite enjoyed it.
I mean, I know furries too, and they admit at least, like, yeah, we're cancer.
Yeah, well, that's what Darbo's like. He's one of those ones. He accepts it, I suppose. So, like, you know, I'll give him credit for that.
He's a furry apologist.
Yeah, he is a furry apologist. To be honest with you, like, he's like, yeah, sorry about this, guys.
I know what we are, but I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you know,
Fag.
I'm too far into it.
All right. Yeah. All right. So
story one over, yeah.
Yeah, story one pretty much over.
But, if any of you guys enjoyed it, be sure to, like, you know, like, this is only the first one. We'll be moving into, like, well, how much time do we have? We'll probably go for another, like, two stories.
One or two.
Yeah, we'll
Depending
go
on
for.
the length.
Yeah, it just depends on how long it takes us to go through. If you enjoyed that,
Yeah.
go across, check out a Flea Man or not. If you want more cancer, that is, because that's what he tends to specialize in. But, like, if stuff's very good, I like if you get the chance, like, the links right there, just fucking do it. You know what? Tell you what, like, I'll even put it up on screen here now. So, well, look, wait do you see this? Alright, we're gonna go across, we're gonna go over, we're gonna go. Alright.
Because here's the thing, you guys in the chat can choose. Do you want more cancer stories, or do you want more "quote unquote" good stories? Or
Yeah.
do you want,
Do
real
you want
actual
like
stories?
a palate cleanser of sorts, something like, you know, something that's actually like solid, or, you know, something like that?
Get some viewer interactivity in
Yeah.
the stream.
Yeah, but I think we'll
Yeah.
give them something a bit better. We won't give them too much cancer too quickly. Can be like, oh god, please kill me. We'll lay off the cancer. I
Yeah.
think that was enough cancer for one go. But anyway, here before we continue, definitely come on across here. Here, I'll even give you a wee link. How does that
Cancer.
sound?
They want cancer.
They want more
They want
cancer.
Yeah.
They
You
want
want more cancer? Okay,
Can-
fine. I'm gonna make you a fucking joke in the next story. It's gonna be a bit shorter, but it's still gonna be something worthwhile. And then we'll do like this. How about this, guys? One more cancer story, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit of a real life story
All right.
that is a bit interesting as well.
Oh.
So, we'll now go into the second story. And before we do, I just want to say, the DM, like I said, who DM'd for these guys, who DM'd the wolf girl, the reason why the wolf guy left, we won't go too much into it, but the reason why he left the campaign was because he wasn't catered to by all the other players. All the other players were like, no, shoo, fuck off, we don't like you because of what you are. They play their characters, but he was pissy because his Mary Sue wasn't accepted by any of the others in the party.
Poor boy.
And
the poor thing. I almost feel bad. He just wanted friends.
But I kind of don't, because the sheer fact that he was a cunt all the way through. Yeah. And I just said, like, he fucking deserves it.
Well, that's like what you've given us is he hadn't even played the game yet. That was just his character's introduction. That's nothing. That's not like that is nothing. That's not actually how he gets on. See if he does that. Oh shit! Oh god. It's like, Age of Vampires 2, whenever they get the police site to convert. That's what the fuck it is. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So, yeah. So, now we're going to go to the next story. And the next story, here's the fun part, because the next story was the story that ruined all the other characters that I've read up about until this point. The other 3 out of the other 5 that I read about was turned to cancer thanks to this fucking story, because I couldn't trust any of them besides like 2. And oh my fucking god, it was so awful, because it gave us more knowledge about the other characters, but I didn't want any of it. So let's get into the second character, because you guys like cancer so much. Yeah. The next character is named Mara. Mara, this story is slightly better written, so I was thinking if you guys want to, I can read this one straight off and just pause.
Yeah, do that. That would be easier, because that one you did have to heavily doctored to even make it listenable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this one is slightly shorter than the last one, but it's better written. I'll give the person that, but that doesn't mean that the story's good. It's actually awful. Yeah. So. First off, this is a character bio, so they go about saying species. Species, this is a Neko.
What is a
meaning
Neko?
That this is another furry.
Oh. I was thinking
because
Neko is not like it's like a species name, isn't it?
Yes, a Neko, for those of you who don't know.
Anime cat girls or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Anime cat girl, that's exactly what they are.
I mean, you should have just said, yeah, by the way, this story's made an anime cat girl. It's fucking, let's just keep going.
Oh, yeah, oh, by the way, cat girl within parentheses, because let's continue to their class. Their class, Divine Soul Sorcerer, which is apparently a thing. Back then, I didn't think it was. I thought it was like, oh, okay, you're like a borderline divine lich. That was what I thought.
But it's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's an actual thing. I got to learn that the hard way. And then we come into the gender. And this is the fun part, because I said female within parentheses. Gender. Trans woman, born male, identifies female and presents female.
You got a twenty fucking cat girl. That's great.
Yeah, and it gets fucking worse as well, because sexuality. I just want to mention, this character is like 13, 14 as well.
Oh, come on. Why are they always like? What is it? Why does a pedophilia always seep into this shit? Like,
I don't know.
Why do furries and pedophilia just like, you know what? Might as well be the same thing. Like, at this point to me, it might as well be like. It's not even a code word. It's like, pedo. Yeah.
And here's the fun part, or fun. You can take it however you want. This was written by a 25-year-old woman.
That's a real thinker. That's a real thinker.
Yeah.
A real thinker in the stinker. So, sexuality. Polyamorous, pan-romantic, but leans lesbian. Meaning that, okay, so it's a cocklord.
Yeah, that sounded about right, so it did.
And when I first read this, I didn't know what polyamorous was. I thought it was a Harry Potter spell.
It does actually like potion or some shit.
It sounds like it.
Do you reckon poly, because J.K. Rowling's trying to be all like that these days? I reckon, poly just potion, because, you're out turning into different people with poly just potion? Is there something there, maybe? I don't know, maybe. It could be,
But the interesting thing...
Unless it's Latin for poly means transform or something like that, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, this motherfucker's polyamorous. Fun thing, by the way, seeing as I thought this was a fucking Harry Potter spell, I just imagined Harry Potter fighting Voldemort, and then it's like polyamorous, and then everyone wants to fuck with him.
Yeah, it does sound like a fucking spell, like.
Yeah. So now we're going into the bio. Let it be read. The seventh of 8 children born unto a human father and a Neko mother. Who joined?
1 second, I need to mute rhythm.
Oh, Darbo joined us. Got Darbo.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Darbo, you're gonna regret joining this. You will. Yeah,
You're gonna regret
we've already got one furry pedophile story, and so like we'll just say.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'll have to. I can't stay too long because I'm in the middle of a D&D game.
Oh, right, that's what made them.
That's perfect, considering the circumstance. Let me get into the bio of this character.
I have one question.
What?
Yes.
How soon can I change my icon back to a furry one? I'm confusing all the
Never.
other chats I'm a part of.
You should stick like that because Yuri is best character.
You could use that. The black and white one, the one Carl did for you was alright. That was an acceptable.
I am waiting also because I got it was a super cheap commission from somebody for $2 on Black Friday. I'm getting a more human looking version of my OC. And it's going to be my character, except more human, holding a shotgun with a very pissed off face saying loads shotgun with insidious intent or something like that.
Good for you.
That doesn't sound too bad. That sounds alright.
Middle school.
It could be.
So,
Well, until we see it, we do not know.
alright, we have gone on a little bit too long now, so let me get into the bio. And this is reading literally from the text, everyone. The seventh of 8 children born unto a human father and a Neko mother, Mara and her siblings were raised by her father, a strict man who had even stricter beliefs. He constantly trained Mara and her siblings with a harsher and harsher training, especially towards Mara, who he considered to be highly inept, as she was not very good at physical training. But still, she attempted. By the way, I just want to say, the father, we don't get a name for him, but I think his name is ᴛʀᴜʀＹ, Ugandan warlord, because he's training child soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, Coney, that's his name, sorry.
Cody 20 and 12. Remember that guy was called Wankin on the street?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I actually confirmed that he wasn't a wankin, he was just, but he was running around butt naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just
No, he
fondling
was.
this. He's
There you go.
But he was on like
he's just
proper
fondling
chuffing
his
it in the
It
street
was
corner.
but it's not headbutting the pavement or something.
I don't know.
no, he's just fondling his Johnson in the street as he do.
Alright,
As
okay.
just normal
alright,
Tuesday.
so- Then let's continue. One day, when she was 7, she had finally had enough of her father's verbal berating at her attempts and yelled back at him, enraged that one of his children would yell at him for the training he freely offered. Salsar ripped the practice armor off Mara, and what he saw stunned him. By the way, the father is apparently named Salsar, so he's a...
Excelsior!
Excelsior!
How do you spell it?
S-A-L-A-Z-R... sorry, Z-A-R.
Fuck, nigga.
Salazar. There you go. Perfect. So, yeah. Ripped off the piece of armor and of Mara, and what he saw stunned him. Seeing what Mara was wearing underneath the armor, he was first confused.
Oh no.
And then his rage returned. Because he was wearing a fucking dress beneath this.
Do it. Oh god.
Apparently this kid knew that he wanted to be a girl by the age of fucking 7, which is like, for fuck's sake.
I don't know.
It's
Sounds
terrible. Okay.
Sounds like Jewish propaganda to me.
It fucking does.
Probably. As he went to strike Mara, she shrieked as her hair and clothes began to flutter about as her hands glowed and magical blasts sent him flying. So apparently this motherfucker is like a Sailor Moon ripoff, but more gay.
Oh god.
Sailor Moon.
That is-
Is that the one Chris
I thought
John's
it's-
Yeah,
obsessed
Chris
with?
Chan went through a phase of.
He went through a real phase of Sailor
But
Moon.
that's only because he was huffing on the piss ether.
Yeah.
And then
Chula.
the mother in the story is named Phaera, by the way. At that moment, Phaera returned from her weekly patrol just in time to see what happened. To see that her husband was about to do to Mara.
Yeah, that her husband just stripped their son for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
She would not tolerate anyone raising a hand to her children, not even the one she married. Which is fun, by the way, because he has been doing this for fucking years.
Yeah,
Have
he's not
you
starting
been
like
on
a
a
child.
fucking...
He's got like
Yes,
a child
it's
soldier camp going on at the
Yeah,
back,
it's
like,
like-
you know.
It's like,
Most
so,
discreet
Mother of
child
the Year.
leader.
So, Mother of the Year, it didn't reach you at any point that your husband's name was Coney and that you were off on an amphetamine binge for a year. No? Okay. So, yeah. Let's see.
Maybe he's just really sneaky at beating his children.
He's gonna have to beat out Gypsy Flintstones to that fucking award. I just had like a rape dungeon, but the wife didn't know nothing about it. Sucked my dick as if the wife didn't know nothing. It was a fucking rape dungeon. I'm telling you right now.
She
See
knew.
if I tried to make a rape dungeon, Meg would be right on that shit. She'd be asking
Yeah,
where I was. I'd be like trying to walk in the front door, all this wood and shit. And Meg would be like,
Alright.
"Jeez, what are you doing all that
You're
wood?"
I'm getting on
None.
the
I'm
story.
not building a rape dungeon or nothing. What happened to the child? She's been gone for 2 years. I don't know. Like, you know,
Yeah. Honey, what's behind the bookcase? Oh no,
Honey, I don't know.
Soldier training dungeon.
Alright. So, let's continue, because this is going to be a little bit too long otherwise. Angrily, he spat back at Phaera, saying that about Mara, "That shriek is no child of mine." That was the last time Mara saw her father. Her mother took her and her siblings away from him and began raising them herself. Mother of the Year. After hitting the age of 9, Mara left home alongside her older sister, ᴛʀᴞျy, and her twin brother, Campion. By the way, apparently they think that the D&D universe is like Pokemon. You can just fuck off, just like Ash Ketchum. No, I want to see you do that exact fucking mentality when you meet your first owlbear, cunt.
Exactly.
So, each of them had their reasons for wanting to travel, but for Mara, it was about discovery. She wanted to understand more about the world and its past. She, implying. About a year into their journey, ᴛʀᴞျy went her own way, as she wanted to take a different path to see just what happened. But the next 2 years after that, it was just Mara and Campion traveling together, sometime on their own, and sometimes with other travelers. Eventually, Campion also went his own way, leaving Mara traveling on her own. What Mara never expected was what happened next, apparently. With nobody traveling alongside her, Mara unfortunately fell victim to some slavers who abducted her in the night as she slept.
It's always a slave shit. Why is you know where this go? Oh, more sex slave stories. Fucking what? Like, what? Like, why did they just go hand in hand?
Oh, it does, because the next sentence begins like... It does go hand in hand, because the next sentence begins like this. Bound and gagged to keep her from using her magic. They had intentions for her.
Fucking amazing.
She likely would have been sold to into slavery, were it not for the courage of one of the other slaves on the ship. Min Douglas, which is one of the other characters, by the way, from that I also read about, had managed to obtain a sharp piece of wood and freed herself from her bindings. Rather than leaving Mara to her fate, she then freed the young woman.
Wait, how the fuck did she manage that with a sharp piece of wood?
I don't fucking know, mate, and I don't want to find out. She then freed the young woman, No, you fucking.
That's a play on words now.
Sounds like Jewish propaganda.
Yeah, it fucking is. It fucking is. What is it with fucking Pornhub these days? And trying to advertise incest porn fucking flat out.
Oh.
That's all it fucking is.
Fucking-
You know. I do think it kind of is because it's very easy to do
Wait,
incest porn.
shut it down.
And like most people don't bother to actually like listen to it or fuck all. You know what I mean? But like, there's something going on there.
Wait, shut it down. The goyim now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens next is an interesting little debacle. She then freed the young woman, and the two girls escaped. Confronted by the captain and several of his men as they did, Min drove the wooden spike into his eye as Mara seared his hand. They left a few of his men for dead as they stole one of the rowboats to escape. Free from their captors and back on dry land, Min and Min and Mara had been in a relationship that lasted for the next year or so until different interests slowly drove them apart. By the way, this was a slave ship for kids, which is told in the other stories, meaning that every single one of the previous characters were kids. Every single one. Everyone.
Why?
Not shocked by this. Like, see if someone actually came to me and was like, "Oh, by the way, this is my backstory of my character." I think I might be reporting them to fucking, what do you call that? Fucking anonymous.
CIA.
No, not CIA. It's fucking RSPCA.
RSPCA?
No, that's the animal one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, might as well. With the
Kind of
RSPCA.
fitting.
What's the child one? Child line?
Child.
Child.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting on child line.
Alright, so,
Childline sounds like a place where you buy children,
Yeah.
not fucking save them.
Yeah.
It does actually.
So, and this is where we're about to reach the end of the story. By the way, they were, like I mentioned, they were a fucking couple for a year. So that's,
Hot.
okay.
Uh,
Mara still wanted to travel, while Min wanted a safe place to live, so she never had to worry. It was at that point the two of them met Becca Man. The names are terrible. The alchemist was rather eccentric, but she had something Mara wanted. A way to be herself. And this one you all have to listen through. Doing some odd jobs for Becca. Suggestions. Mara was then given a supply of the potion specialized for her to help her out. Meanwhile, Min took a job up as Becca's assistant. With the one last hug and kiss to Min, both sharing a melancholy smile as they knew they would always care for each other, even if they were breaking up. And with a supply of the potion from Becca, Mara left to continue her journeys. It has been little over a year since the last time she visited Becca and Min. She misses her friends. And with her potion running low, Mara has returned to Keith to refill her stock of potions and visit her friends. That's the end. And before I let you speak, those potions,
Yeah, I was about to say these potions sound a bit like.
they are hormone potions.
Yeah. I don't really want to say it. Like,
They got hormones.
yeah.
Had to do a couple of
gotta
odd
call this
jobs
fucking
to get some hormones.
Yeah, odd jobs. What the fuck are these odd jobs as well?
Yeah,
you know,
that too. It's
just,
like,
just,
I read this, it was like,
you just got, just suck a wee bit of dick, you know. It's just,
yeah, just take this thing here and stick it here, and then do this to yourself, and then it's like, no, fuck off.
This will work, you know. Come to think of it, actually, I'm gonna be doing a video soon. The Boulder sent me it. It's a thread from Kay, and it's about would it be ethical from the Geneva Convention standpoint whether you can dress up POWs in gimp suits and shit like that and give them estrogen shots. So we'll see. We'll see. This sounds like it's got potential for a video.
That sounds like something that would have to be addressed after the beta uprising.
Yeah.
beta
Beat her up, guys. Here, it's already begun with a Thought Patrol.
All right.
Well, the
so,
the IRS is just like the legal wing of the Thought Patrol.
Yeah. It is. Fuck.
oh,
But
So this is yeah, these fucking stories. They gave me cancer. That's why I'm coughing.
Yeah, you could say they actually like do you still do it or what, or do you still?
No, because the thing was that there were some more stories that I was supposed to do. I haven't done them to this day because I refuse to do more stories because the first fucking 7 have been ruined for me.
Yeah, I don't believe. I imagine it's something like like people that get into like doing commission artwork, and then the only people that buy commission artwork is furries. Like, how disappointing would that be? It's like, oh no, I want to be like a freelance artist and shit, and then that's what you got.
You're only gonna
yeah, I do like but
you're only gonna get porn commissions.
Yeah, like how disappointed would that
be?
Yeah, I would love to be a freelance artist, but like gotta make money and all that shit if you want to actually do this job.
Yeah, it's gonna be such a fucking prostitution job.
Yeah.
And by the way, we never got to see a picture of how Mara looks like.
Oh my
but
god!
For those of you who want, Google Felix the Cat Boy, and you'll know who this fucking character is.
Is it okay to put on the screen?
Yes.
Hold on, let me Google first.
Right, throw a picture on into the chat here, and we'll just because we'll have it up on screen then.
Should I do it?
Yeah, what you pick out the one you think looks.
Just been silently shit posting in the chat.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right, let's see. I think people actually will know about this character once they get to see it, just because it's synonymous with like fucking cancer, in general when it comes to like the anime community, and this one doesn't make it any fucking better. And it should be uploading now. There you have it.
Oh, I know this one. That was Senpai James.
That you used for your fucking.
That was me. Yeah, that was part of my one.
I think that's the exact image I used.
It is. It fucking is. Yeah,
it's at least it's a part of the same scene, but like that's pretty close to the image I used to make Senpai.
Senpai James was great.
That's genuinely what I fucking like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well when I read those. I was like, can you just fuck off? Kill yourself.
Yeah, this is
please.
horrible.
Stop it.
I don't
Get
know.
some help.
No.
So yeah.
Also.
Any questions from the audience?
Yeah, if
no,
anything. Well, we're also doing that. What we do is right. So this is the end of the second story. What you do is right. You go across. The link is in the description of the video, if this would ever load. You go here, look, you just scroll down, click that. Yeah. There you go, we're going to
Unsubscribe.
There you go, that's us. Yeah, that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
And now, oh look, we're in a double. Anyway, close that. Oh, for God's sake. I love that photo. That's what that's a good photo. If you guys want. Oh no, actually no, wait, no, because there's other bad pictures I can't have up. There's a picture of Chris Chan's cock in that folder. I've got a picture of Chris Chan's cock in that CFAT folder, so I can't. Yeah, so I can't actually open that folder.
He's just got a folder of Chris candidates.
No, I got Chris Chan. I got
out of the Chris Chan cock folder.
I had it saved in there. Because I was showing Action Bronson, Chris Chan's cock the other night. This is fucking in tatters, if you see it. It's all like, have you seen Chris Chan's cock? It's like fucking, it's straight up got a 90-degree fucking bend on it. It fucking does. It's twisted, it's got like fucking like rubber burn shit on it, you know what I mean? He's been fucking, the threads will all hang out.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So, I got a question here in chat from Guardsman Seth Lee.
Yeah.
Freeman, do you hate furries?
Well,
I don't hate furries. I don't get them. Because here's the thing. I've personally looked up on a lot of videos about the history of the furry fandom. And I think their history is interesting in a sense, but what they've become is so fucking depraved. And it's really sad to see in a sense, because I can understand where people came from when they wanted to start this kind of fandom. But what it has evolved into, which it did surprisingly early, honestly, it's just sad to see, because it has only spread. The degeneracy has increased. Also, I'm Darbo, that fucking picture you posted looks like Jack Black with Down syndrome.
That's fucking...
That's terrible.
I wanted some people to play Soulstorm with.
Oh, that's...
I did, I just wanted someone to fucking steal
That's one of my favorite memes that I made. That's one of my favorite James memes that I made.
But it does look...
James is fucking dying right now.
Oh, 1 second.
Fuck off, dog.
Yeah, 1 second.
gonna be
No,
seconds
actually,
after
no.
that art.
I couldn't get the gas on me there, so I couldn't. Sorry. Oh, I need to open the window to this mirror.
Fuck.
1 second.
Hold on.
1 second before we continue. Oh.
Hold on. I need to find the image of James at the ISIS execution that I... Cock in a sock, man.
Oh. Oh dear. There we go.
Cock in a sock cost.
So
Oh,
yeah, I
man,
just wanted someone to play Soulstorm with, but you know how it is.
But,
Anyway.
a sad state of reality.
I know, it's shocking, so it is like. But no, right, go for it. Oh, here. No, we already did the subscribe job. Keep going, will we? Oh, here, what's your opinion on skeleton memes?
My opinion on skeleton memes?
Yeah.
Well, spooky, scary skeleton.
So you just did this without me?
Yeah, I did fucking put in, I don't know how many fucking pings into the chat, for God's sake.
Yeah, he's not very...
Leafy,
I want
you
to
shit.
post Dick Girl so bad. Leafy help.
Oh.
Dude, this is... I can't help you with that.
Oh, hey, Leafy.
It's a sick...
Wait, who just joined?
Oh, it's Leafy.
Potato, I
Leafy
must
is here.
be in your memes once more.
Bask in the glory
Yes,
of
I am
memes.
the real Leafy.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been wondering where he is, he's been on...
He's here, he's in this Discord.
Yeah.
He's been here shit posting.
Yeah, the entire time.
Very much so.
He's been sitting in a fucking shit posting. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, welcome on the stream. It's quite something.
Is that what this is? Alright.
Yeah.
Disappointment is immeasurable, and your day is going to be ruined.
Just you fucking wait. When you rewatch the stream, your day will be ruined.
You can't make my day any worse, buddy. Trust me.
No,
I've
you'd
already
be surprised. We've already been over the the transsexual paedophile furry sex slave getting potions for fucking. Oh, here, where's that? Where, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I got the. No. Yeah, well, anyway, let's go. We'll go into the next story, will we? What's this one? Give us a.
Oh, I forgot we were doing stories.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the next story I'm going to tell you about is actually a real life story, which is always interesting. So this is actually something that happened to me in real life. It's less cancer, but it's still funny in a sense. But before I answer that, I want to just see, because there was 2 more questions here. Freeman, have you ever actually met someone or have someone done a cancerous D&D campaign? I have luckily not. The people that I know here that are my friends, I've actually... They're very competent D&D campaign makers. They're very good. So I'm lucky to not have done that. Freeman, what sacrifices have you gotten from your kin? From my kin? Are you referring to the other kin video I made? Because I only have one fucking other kin follower. But hey, sure, if you want to be my other kin, go right ahead. And I don't know what they've sacrificed. If it were going to be Thanos, they're probably... everything. But, yeah. What do you think of Todd Howard is a god at being a scam artist?
I mean, it's not...
There's only so many times you can sell the same game.
I mean, so you can only skip. You can only sell Skyrim so many times.
That's what I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Wait, I now I need to speak because fucking 76. You guys know what's going on with that, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just.
yeah,
I'm
of
a
course.
big. I'm you know, I'm a code guy, and that's 76's code is really what gets me with it. They took Fallout 4, which a creation engine, old code, old engine,
Yeah.
and they decided to make it multiplayer. Let's go back and grab Quake 1's multiplayer code.
Fucking what?
That's literally what they did. That is what they did.
Fucking idiots.
Well,
Let me tell you what my plan is. My plan is.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna,
Howard, come on.
I'm gonna destroy the Fallout franchise in order to drive people to my new game, Nuclear Skyrim. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
You're gonna see 'em out.
Yeah.
It'll just work.
Okay, because if you want to make sure that it just works, add Battle Royale. and you're
Oh,
good.
bitch! Why did they not do
course.
that? Why did they not think of that?
Skyrim Battle Royale. That's
Oh
genius.
god. Skyrim Battle Royale!
Actually, I like Skyrim as a game, so when it came out, I liked it.
Oh,
It's just sad now.
Alright.
Yeah, everyone does. It's where they bought it 15 times.
Yeah.
Howard,
So-
is this true?
Shut the fuck up. I can't confirm or deny.
Can confirm or deny.
I can't
Well, the next
confirm or
story-
deny. I'm
The
sorry.
next
Yeah.
The
keep
next
it
story
up.
I'm going to tell is a real life story, like I mentioned, and this happened a long while ago. At this point, was about 2 years ago at this point, and the reason why I'm bringing it up was because it was so fucking surreal to me in a sense. And so, about 2 years ago, like I said, when I was 19, I was dating a girl at the time. We were together, we had a really good time, and I thought she was really good. And she still is to this day, but we weren't together. But back then we were. And the thing with me is I'm a little bit corny on some things. So I wanted to go with her, my cousin, and his girlfriend, and do something together, all four of us. And so I essentially was like, but hang on, guys, it's the Mayfire Festival coming up soon. I mean, we can do something then. And the Mayfire Festival is essentially just us gathering piles of shit and putting them on beaches or on open fields and just putting them to lights. And there's usually fireworks. Yeah, pretty much. And we are just... If we feel like it, we usually burn crosses as well and wear white robes. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
My kind of party.
yeah, boy.
That is my kind of party, man.
Yeah, no. Oh, you're welcome to join. All right, now, but so yeah, and there usually is fireworks involved, and so I picked up my girlfriend in town, and we're gonna go to the mountain that lays right next to where I live, and we were gonna watch the fireworks, but the fireworks never came, and the reason why we got to know this later was because they had been banned for that year, and the reason why was apparently because of fucking fires and shit. And so yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But we thought, like, well, we gotta make something out of this. So we decided that we would go down to one of the local fires that was going on. So check what was happening. So we went to a local island where my cousin lives, and as we went to the beach, most of it had burned down, but we still, coasted up and had a good time just watching the fire, listening to some guitar playing. It was very cozy. And this was like the beginning of May, so it was a little bit chilly. Yeah. And well, how do I explain? It was at this point in time, after we had, been there for a little while, that my cousin's girlfriend and him were like, yeah, we're starting to get tired. We're thinking about going back home. And I was like, in that case, I maybe should, we should maybe fuck off too, me and my girlfriend. So we all four of us decided that we were going to go to the cars and just, fuck off wherever we were going to go and call it a night. But before we got up, a group of drunk people came down, running towards the fire, and they were screaming out of joy like, "Wow, it's party!" And
wait, sure they didn't shout Allah Akbar?
yes, this was before that time.
Oh no.
This was, when Sweden was good.
Yeah.
So.
When?
Oh fuck! Now I revealed where I was from.
I think that there's a Thanos meme in there somewhere. Is this your home? It was, and it was beautiful. That's perfect.
Let me guess, your home.
Yeah.
It was, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
We should make that. All right, but what happened was that these guys almost ran past us until they saw who we were. And the thing is that these were all childhood friends of mine that I seldom see them, but
yeah.
not to the point where like it's something massive. But they were very happy to see me.
Yeah.
And my cousin as well, because he barely walks outside the fucking door nowadays. So they came up and hugged us and were really fucking happy, and they were like, "Hey, you guys, long time no fucking see." And we introduced our girlfriends and whatnot, and we stayed for like another 20 minutes, like singing songs, hugging about, and like talking shit stories of old times past, and it was really comfy.
Yeah.
And then it was time. We were like, "All right, but we gotta go. People are tired." And they were like, "All right, guys, take care. Love you guys." And when we got to the cars, mine was parked next to my cousin. My cousin's girlfriend, out of nowhere, was like, "Freeman, do you know these people?" "Yes, they're my old friends." And she was like, "Your friends?" Yeah. "Huh. I didn't know you had more friends than these two." I was like, "Nigga, what?"
She's a bad bitch.
Wow.
I was like,
Well, how long were they going out
"You
for?
what, you cunt?"
You'd be alright. You know what I mean? Could be worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing was that she thought that she was genuinely nice saying that.
Nah, you'd be alright.
No, seriously, because here's the thing. I'll get into it. She was like, "Wait, they're actually your friends?" "Yeah." "I don't know. I didn't think I had more friends than these two." And I was like,
no, get off.
Feels bad.
Yeah, that's just.
Someone said that to me, and unfortunately they were right.
That just feels bad.
Yeah.
That feels really bad.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Fucking.
and what happened then was that we all just looked at her in complete silence. Was like, "The fuck did you just say?"
I've got way better than that here. Oh, if we're gonna go into that type of shit, hold on. What's a good one? We'll tell a few about Murray. Megan, do you want to tell some about Murray? Will we do that? Nah, it's not too heavy.
It's not. The story's not entirely ended yet.
Oh,
right. Because that was one bad thing she did, but it got worse because then she walked around the car and walked up to me and wanted to shake my hand. She held out her hand and was like, "Congratulations, Freeman! You had more friends than I imagined."
Nice.
Verbatim, what she said in it. I was like,
Nice.
"You massive cunt!"
Oh, yeah.
And she thought she was genuinely nice saying that. Like, she thought, like, "Oh, I'm glad for you. You have
Must be more
friends."
autistic than you then.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, man. That's shitty and all, and you obviously don't deserve. But now I need to get to the real question. Like someone in the comments who's totally not an alt account for me, is she still single? And does she have...
Holy Is she still single?
Yeah.
She's single. Have your fun.
All right, that's great, man.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just
DM for your number.
just disconnect.
Yeah.
Put it out there, man.
Yeah.
Psych.
Home address too, and her work schedule as well as sleep.
Yeah, no worries. I can fix that.
Yeah, come on, man. Slide that over to me.
Help a nigga out.
I need to know when she's at least off her guard.
Yeah, just come on. Help me out. I'm just a guy with a big dick. Nigga with a rocket launcher.
I would not.
Just a nigga with a rocket launcher.
Describe myself that way. My I do have I have not a rocket launcher, but a one of those soda pop rockets, you know, from like
God.
the 8th grade, and and my dick is well below average.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Bitch.
No, Drow, no.
Do you want? Will we do some cringe stories? Oh, I'll do one quick cringe story. We'll take this.
Look,
We'll take this
it's
stream
about the
up to
size
2
of a
o'clock. So we
man.
will. So it's 2 hour long stream. That's dead on enough. Right. So
Yeah.
I Megan, get a photo of Murray just so they know.
No.
All right. Well, no, get that.
You know, fine rightly, his ma will be at the door.
Oh yeah, his ma would be at the door.
You
All
know
right.
what his
Yeah.
ma's
Well, okay.
like?
Well, that's part of one of the stories about Murray. So Murray's a bit of a strange fella. I've known him for a very long time, and like he's fucking hideous, I'll be honest with you. Like, he actually, my ball sack looks better than him in most days, and it's actually not as greasy, surprisingly. But, that's just how it is. But anyway, Murray's, he's funny, because he always comes off with, like, shite. Like, he always, he completely talks shite to make himself feel better about a lot of stuff. But, anyway, what will be a good one? What will be a good one to start with? We'll go with Murray and the fucking... Alright, this is a good one. So, me and my mates, we just turned 18. A few of us weren't 18 at the time. And, we wanted to go out. So we went out to Belfast. That was all well and good. And we're having a pre-drink around and meet Chris's house. And, sitting having a wee drink or whatever. Murray shows up with a bottle... Because he always goes on about how much he enjoys whiskey. He's like, oh man, I love whiskey and all that shit. It's like, Murray, no, you don't like whiskey at all. I've never seen you drink whiskey before in your life. You don't like it one bit. Anytime you do drink it, you go, it burns. It's just, he does. He's a wee family. And I don't like whiskey. I'm not going to say, oh, I like whiskey, because I don't like it anyway. Yeah. But he's just saying that because he thinks it makes him sound cool, whatever, in quotations. Anyway, so he shows up at Chris's house, wearing a pair of frayed jeans, like the type of jeans that are all fucked up the back because he's been standing on them, so they come out and flared. They're flared, rusty, dirty jeans with a pair of
I know what you're saying, man.
Oh yeah, and then he's wearing a pair of fucking Skechers.
Wearing some of those right now.
Yeah, he's wearing fucking Skechers, right? And a bottle of Asda own brand whiskey, the type of shit with that white label with but imagine if Walmart because it's Walmart's own whiskey because Asda. Imagine that. Does Walmart do its own brand alcohol?
James, did you just say white label whiskey?
Yeah, it's white.
I am from the South. You have just offended me, man.
No. Okay, does Walmart make its own whiskey?
You can't deny it. It's shite.
No, it's horrible. It's absolute. It's a plain white label. It's horrible. Anyway, so Murray shows up with this bottle of whiskey, and God knows why. And we all say to him, like, Murray, you're wearing Skechers. See if we go out and you're not, and you don't get let in, we're not staying with you. You go home right now and change your fucking shoes. Then you can come out with us, and that's it. And even then, if you don't get in, that's not our problem. He's like, Mom. It's like, Chris's dad has an idea. Chris' dad sits and he smiles to himself, and he's like, oh, don't you worry, kid. I got the thing just for you. And he goes off upstairs, and he actually goes off into the attic, and he's up there for a good 15 minutes or so. And he comes down, and we're all sitting drinking in the kitchen, and he has, these shoes behind his back, and he comes on in, and he plops them down on the table. A pair of bright red fucking cowboy boots.
That shiny leather.
Shiny leather cowboy boots. There you go, kid. That'll do the job. And because, of course, it's dark out, you don't really know how leather they are. They look like, like a light brownish type of shoe almost, but they're still fucking cowboy boots. You know what I mean? It's still gay as fuck. He wears them, goes on out, and that all went well. Then there's a few other ones where, we went out drinking as well. Again, this was with the whiskey. He was sitting drinking. He drank it far too quickly. He was dying. He was near waiting in the taxi. We got there. First thing he did, ran out to the smoking area. He sat there, fucking head spinning because he can't hack a drink. And then I landed him okay, so this isn't a pretty shitty bar as it is. Let's just say that. The place is a fucking hole.
It is a hole.
Yeah, it is. It's dirty hole. Anyway, so we go on in. Murray ends up getting lost. We don't see him for ages. And then where the smoking area is, because there's 2 bars, there's one on top, one below, and the smoking area is on like the stairwell. Murray's sitting down at the bottom of the stairwell, and we watched some fella. He must have been in his like late 20s. He could have actually been 30 for all I know. He comes up and asks him, mate, you okay? Because he sees he's like white, he's like rocking, and like there's a bit of sick around him and all, like He comes up. And it's like he asks him, "Is this all right?" He puts his hand on his shoulder. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm okay." And we're sitting watching from the stairwell. The guy whips his cock out and fucking cock slaps him. Fucking cock slaps him
Right across the face.
right across his fucking face. Yeah, I can imagine watching someone straight up cock slapping someone.
Slapped.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I think this is in public. How often does that shit happen? That shit.
Now that's an epic victory.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah. So that was good. Let me think. What's another good one about Murray? All right.
The Down syndrome
No,
girl.
the Down. Oh yeah. Okay. So like, my
God.
kryptonite is fucking MILFs. To be honest with you, like most of them are like ultimate like it's like the ultimate weak spot.
Isn't that the same? Isn't that the same for everybody?
Yeah, I think most people
Yeah,
are.
quick poll, everybody. Everybody has to purchase MILFs, yes or no?
Yeah, MILFs are pretty fucking solid. Anyway, so it's me.
Hey, no one, not everybody's giving their answer. Come on. We got the special guest. He still hasn't talked about his MILF.
Oh, you want us to talk?
No. We've already got
Yeah,
20.
Megan, what do you think about MILFs?
Me?
Yeah.
I fucking love
Yeah,
milk.
Yeah, he
Not
doesn't.
even
He doesn't
joking.
love a good MILF. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I never got that whole thing where Muslims saying, I want 60 virgins. Nah, mate, I want 2 fire-breathing whores. If I be completely
Yeah,
honest
so
with
do
you,
I, honestly.
if you're looking at someone to suck your dick, you don't want none of that shite fucking.
Oh, is
you know
this
what I
how
mean?
you do it?
Do you really want that shite 16-year-old sex that you just think back on cringe on? Yeah, exactly. That's it. No, fuck that. I want serious. I want Hoover material here, boys. To be
I want a
honest with you.
fucking Dyson.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now
Oh.
I'm a little afraid because I just remembered that it's kind of illegal for us to talk about this around Howard, isn't it?
I'll be alright. Hard's old enough, so he is where I live.
Nah, man, I'm gonna be like 16 in like a week.
No, this is illegal. We're going
Oh,
to
good
jail.
for you to mention that.
Yeah, we'll fine. Anyway,
We're going to jail.
Stream's over.
Stream's over. That's us. No, anyway. So this other time with Mari, it was okay. So we were down in this other bar. It was me, one of my other mates, and Mari. And it was New Year's Eve, I believe. Was it New Year's or was it Halloween? No, it was Halloween because we were dressed up. Anyway, so we were dancing, and I ended up dancing with this MILF, and then my mate ended up dancing with her daughter, which was pretty sweet, right?
The fuck?
And then it was one of those ones where...
MILF's daughter.
Yeah, so we were sitting dancing, it was, just lively music and all that shit. And then I look over the MILF's shoulder, and there's my mate Murray, and he's dancing with a girl with Down syndrome. And I mean, she got she got straight up Down syndrome. Like, there's no denying it. You can't. She is. She you know when you see it. For God's sake, that's all I'm gonna say. You know exactly what it is when you see it.
Yeah, all people with Down syndrome look the same.
Yeah, you know what you're looking for. So that was fucking her. But
I honestly thought all people with Down syndrome were related.
Oh yeah,
I was going to say that.
I did. I used to.
James thought all people were
think that people with Down syndrome, only white people could get it.
No.
Who was that? It was someone on the server thought that.
No,
that's like
it's white people are the only ones that keep them.
No, it's just the thing is that
your culture wouldn't allow it.
It's just easier to notice degeneracy amongst whites, so it's easier for us to clean house, so to say.
But anyway, but back to the story. So he's dancing with this girl, right? And it's like, lively song, you're sitting jumping about and whatever. They were slow dancing together. I know, slow dancing.
Getting it on.
I know, yeah, it was horrible, so it was. But anyway, that's not the end of it. There's plenty more stories about him here. We'll go for one more. There's one, it was me, Megan, and me, Carl, and Murray, he was in the car. And we were driving down to this here place. It's supposed to be like, demon worshiping Saint Uncle, essentially. Think of it like that. It's like this here, like, you know,
Like,
place.
there's always, like...
It's been known for, like, think of like, your
myths
version of,
of
like,
people.
Salem or some shit like that, you know, it's one of those, like, places that's just known for, like, witchcraft and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Alright,
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so we go on down, and we're saying, oh, I wonder if we'll see anything, anything like that, and then, what was it? It was a Carl said, we're going to have to give them a sacrifice, like, you know, like a goat, or, like, you know, we'll give him, like, a blood sacrifice, and then Megan goes, sure, we got married, we can give him blood of a virgin. Fucking didn't, he did not like that one bit. He did not like that one bit. He was fucking fuming. He actually, he wasn't happy. He wasn't a happy boy.
God.
And I felt bad for him.
I know.
Well, a wee bit.
No, I don't.
No.
I really fucking can't stand him.
I know you fucking hate him, though. That's what makes it so funny, though. You like, have like a deep desire of just hatred for the boy. Like, I think he's relatively harmless for the most part. I don't know. Then what's
You think everyone's harmless?
Yeah, well, I think Excel's harmless. Like, you know, yeah, I do actually.
Exile actually is harmless because he's just a fucking French faggot that wants to pretend.
Yeah, he's just
He's
a
French, he's
garper.
brown.
He's French.
He's brown.
Yeah.
It's not French, it's black.
A Frenchy sand nigger.
He's muzzy, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he loves a good LARPing session, so he does like.
Oh no, he's a total LARPer, but
yeah,
that's why I fucking hate him.
I know. Anyone else got a wee story before we wrap up, or what?
He's the first person to threaten me with a meme before.
What do you mean he threatened you with a meme?
In a real threatening manner, he said, "I'm gonna make a meme of you." It was the stupidest thing I think I've ever heard.
That's like
that's
the
gay.
fuck.
Sounds like the weirdest
I
motherfucker.
want people to do that about me. I can't.
I know it's weird how it.
This is honestly why I rather prefer YOLO Guy over Exile, because at least YOLO Guy knows that what he does is shit posting. Exile, I think he takes himself way too seriously.
Yeah, he does. He does take himself very seriously, to be honest with you. But I don't know, like, it's very hard to tell. Like,
and the pings from him just get so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a guy I have ties to, so nothing I can comment on.
Oh, you'll learn him.
Yeah.
If you hang about in the
You'll
Discord,
learn to hate Exile. You'll see him.
I think I'm the only person that actually doesn't mind him.
Yeah, but you also like Darbo.
I think he's alright. He's like,
Darbo is a little fine, but I mean, he's pushing it with the furry stuff.
Yeah.
Part Darbo.
Okay.
Oh, part thing.
He's like standing on the line. He's not stepping over it, but he's teasing it.
We got our holy trinity of like people who are on thin ice. YOLO.
YOLO's not here. YOLO's been gone a
YOLO
while.
ain't even here anymore, is it?
No, YOLO
rage quitted.
Yeah, I think it's because I wouldn't give him mod back. And then Gigastar took away the gatekeeper rule off him, and then he got really upset.
Oh, yeah, he came back recently and was like, "Oh, I'm just here to see how much of a dumpster fire this place is." And they just left.
Yeah, Wait, when did he say that? When did he show up again?
It was a bit ago.
Oh.
Yeah, he
was
showed
like a
up
while
again.
ago. He was
He
on
did
the
have a little bit of an autistic temper, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He liked to huff paint, so like that didn't help much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
but
big
I
fan
think,
of the glue and the
the
rag.
worst guy we've ever had on here, besides that one pedophile, was
TFG.
Fucking Pecker.
Pecker,
no.
Pecker. You know
Honestly, I miss Pecker.
Paraplegic vet.
Don't. It's whenever he started. I don't know.
Everyone
Wiping off
I
him.
miss Pecker. Honestly,
And then
I'm
he-
sad that
the military.
I'm sad I can't pick on Pecker anymore.
I know.
It makes
So
me
am I.
That's because you were also mean to him.
we took it too far.
I always
did.
jumped in at the wrong moment whenever he was like having an argument with someone.
Yeah.
And like, oh fuck, here we go again.
Yeah, like why did he like he was bad for his meltdown? So
All
remember
the
he
time.
was actually a mod at one stage.
He was.
He was. Remember?
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, no, that was one of the few times me and YOLO worked together was to fuck with Pecker
Oh
when
my
he kept
God.
banning him. I
Yeah.
banned YOLO, invite him back in. That was pretty.
Be honest with you.
Oh yeah, Pecker doesn't like us anymore because of that shit.
No, he
like, I can't believe you made fun of me. He's like, you're a fucking 40-year-old peg leg soy boy.
Peg leg soy boy motherfucker.
Fuck, I turned into his therapist.
He was
at
the
one point.
worst. He is the worst.
For understandable reasons.
I'm just listening to rock and roll McDonald's.
Is that not like the standard? Discord fucking Playbot fucking song.
I've got an hour of rock and roll McDonald's on right now.
Nice. By the way, a bit of a funny thing now that we're doing.
Fucking damn
Bit of a
it. Odd.
What?
Bit of a funny thing now that we're doing stories and shit. The next, I had an idea for the next video I'm gonna do, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on it.
Sure.
You guys know about the Stanley Parable?
Yeah, you kind of sound like that guy, honestly.
Yeah. But I thought that I was gonna do the same story, but I was gonna call it the Stalin Parable.
Fucking yes.
So it's gonna be something like this. This is the story of a man named Stalin. Stalin worked in an apartment building inside the Kremlin.
Fucking like.
Something like that.
I like that a lot. That's really good.
Was he the top
Isn't
department
the Kremlin
manager?
the building though?
What?
Isn't the Kremlin the building?
Yeah.
Actually, isn't the Kremlin those crocodiles from Donkey Kong?
No.
I don't fucking know.
It's a gay
He
club in
worked inside an
Belfast.
office.
Yeah, it is actually a gay club in Belfast.
Yeah.
Gay club in Belfast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's called
literally
the
one of the
Kremlin.
biggest gay clubs in Belfast is called the Kremlin.
Yeah.
And you go inside and it's all Soviet themed.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
really weird. It's like,
Yeah, it's got the hammer and sickle show.
Hey, look.
Gay communists. What a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, gay and communism are just,
they go
synonyms.
hand in hand
Yeah.
together, like, you know. I never put much.
Oh, well, cock in this case.
I thought it was always like ironic, but like, it's getting to this point where it's like, shit, maybe they were communists all along.
Look, hey, look. The sickle has always been, misidentified as a sickle. It's really just a guy's really fucked up bent dick.
It's Christian.
Oh yeah, the signal's like a really fucked up bench dick.
Christian.
Christian, like a motherfucking shit.
You can't miss.
And then you have the hammer, which is just a dick with a dick head that's bigger than the entire shaft.
Oh, disgusted.
Alright, okay.
Anyone else?
I think we've had enough degeneracy from that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Any last one? We've got 10 minutes before we cut off.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do.
Anyone else that we hate in this Discord? I remember
Yeah,
Sheriff.
Yeah, what happened to Mac? Oh, Sheriff. No, Sheriff. Sheriff is the only one.
Stupid little gay diary, and then he just left.
That diary. Mac.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
A while ago,
what I did
somebody
like
named Rap Rock before he left
Oh, yes,
Which
that
one?
bitch.
discovered this fucking diary shit.
Oh yeah. What was that thing? After I didn't even know who he was, but he was a mod. I don't think I spoke to him like once or twice.
Yeah,
I think
no,
the
yeah,
autism
he
was
just
too
left.
much for him.
It was weird.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
why
really
he told me over fucking Steam that the autism was just too much for him at one point. But that's his final task before leaving was discovering Mech's fucking diary.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Because of that.
Yeah,
that was needed. That was
Just
needed.
fucking-
I don't know. I don't know what next diary was about. It was dead weird.
It was like a shit list of like most of the mods.
Yeah, no.
And like how
Yeah,
it was a
no, what it was
manifesto on
that's-
how to be a proper Discord moderator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah, no, it was really fucking stupid. I think you guys give Mac too much shit. I didn't have that much of a problem with Mac.
No, I didn't.
But, like that diary shit was gay.
Yeah, this diary shit was gay, but like
No, I thought Mech was fine.
yeah,
Yeah, he was.
It's just
the
whenever
most
he was
part.
he was constantly up your back.
yeah, it was about like I was like, oh mate, but he did get everything working on the server originally. He was the one that actually.
That's what I say. It was
Yeah.
handy to have a bite in the beginning.
Yeah, because I didn't know how
And
to
then
do
it just
any of
got,
the
like,
fucking bots
too
and shit.
extreme.
Yeah, it was.
So he's a Trotsky to your Stalin.
Yeah, it was. To be honest.
You only let me at everyone once. Like, come on.
And me
You wouldn't let me
too.
at everyone 560 times.
Yeah, I don't know. He was funny. Who else was good? Let me think. Oh, TFG. Yeah, he will always be there. Oh no,
yeah.
he was always good. Like
TFG.
TFG was that fucking.
know who
He
TFG
was
was.
original. He was the OG furry that
Yeah.
first. It's like I think he was the one that like caused the furry purge originally. I think it was him.
TFG?
Yeah, I think it was him.
No.
He put the events going.
Oh.
All right.
No, it was one where he said that like after we rolled them all into the concentration camp, one where he said that they were gonna take over, and I was like, all right.
This is where the Cycle B comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn on the show.
If we're talking about people that we miss that aren't on the server anymore, I gotta shout out to some two great guys, great guys. Mr. Steele.
Oh yeah, what happened to Steele?
Steele, he's still here.
Is he
He
still
is
here?
still here. I've never seen
Not as
Yeah, he's just under a different name.
Why, what's
but
his
he's
name?
still
the other guy,
I
No
fucking
Cross.
forgot.
He's actually not here anymore.
Yeah, but the other one I want to talk about is that one 13-year-old who had that fucking Smurf account also on here that somehow got mod status and banned people.
No, they
That
never
was
got
fucking
mod. They
great.
got onto.
Well, yeah, it was that fucking Chris Hansen
Yeah,
shit.
he got onto
It-
Chris Hansen. I was like,
But
right.
still, you can fucking ban people with that.
And,
I remember the old Chris Hansen one.
Great.
Oh.
That was great. The fucking 12-year-old found finagled his way into that.
Yeah, I
Oh
didn't.
my gosh.
No, that was weird.
Fucking super hacker.
No, the only one.
Iranian super hacker.
He also,
Iranian
I think
super hackers.
I think the only one I actually ever banned because I just couldn't fucking stand him was Sheriff. He's the only one that never did anything. Like, he never actually actively took any lulls or anything like that. Like, there's never any grounds to actually ban him, but like, he was just shit.
Fuck is that gunfire?
I know, Tino, what the fuck are you doing?
Sir, IRA rate going up.
Can you wait, but with shooting up a school until
Yeah, so give us a wee minute.
Hey, leave that for the Americans.
Yeah, no, that's my.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Oh.
fuck it is.
Okay, is it better? Is it better?
Yeah, that's you fine, so it is. Anyway, what yeah, I think we'll wrap up here, so we'll thanks
Yeah, sounds
everyone
good.
for showing up and all that jazz. I think it went
Yeah, it was a
pretty
little late, but fuck you guys.
Yeah. It was really.
Bit of a PTSD.
I really enjoyed
Fuck you
this
for not
stream.
being here.
Yeah. Oh, here also actually before we go, let's do this. Yeah, like, what?
All right.
Come on, turn on some rock and roll McDonald's.
No, we're not
Play
putting
them
on
up.
rock and
Come
roll
on.
McDonald's
Rock
like you do is you go over here, you click that. Yeah, you see that?
Before-
Yeah.
Oh wait. Before we probably end, two things I would like to say though.
Subscribe to Highwayvia.
Yeah. No, you don't. No, you don't subscribe to Highwayview anymore because look, the second I asked them, let me just get this up here. Let me just go on to. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let me just go on to Highwayview. Alright, wait till you see this. What the fuck? And I still need another 2,000 hours of watch time, mate. Come on here. Boys, I was well legend because I thought it was 400 hours. It's 40,000. I was like, what the fuck? Oh well, what can you do? Anyway, we'll get there.
The Highwayvia experiment is dead.
No, it's not dead. It's
No, mate.
It's still ongoing.
no, look at this. Wait,
Good.
Wait, do you see?
Good. I need something to listen to when I just,
It's getting somewhere now.
I can deal with.
It's working. It's working. So anyway, boys, thanks for joining us. So yeah.
Motherfucker wanted to say
Yeah.
something.
Before we probably end, I wanted to just mention two things. And the first, I'd like to make a simple shout out to a friend of mine by the name of Saint Fox. If you're watching this, mate, you're gonna get better soon. I believe in you. You're a good man.
I just want to say before we end, shout outs to Sean Ranklin, Lord of the Wings, and big up Slick Richard.
Yeah.
Yo, before we end, shout out to
doing God's
Jesus
work.
Christ.
No.
That's my
Shout
name.
out,
What is
shout
that?
out to Yoppa.
No, what big
no,
ounce? We should big
before we end,
ounce. It's straight.
Professional street nigga, shout out to him.
Oh, shout out! No, can we also give a
Shout
shout
out
out to
to
Dr.
1488.
Fist because we need Dr. Fist back.
where's
Dr.
Dr.
Fist.
Fist?
We need Dr. Fist.
Dr. Fist, wherever you are out there.
Shout out to Dr. Fist. And shout out to Dr. Fist.
If I had a what do you call that? Like,
Shout out to my old homie Monk,
they
wherever he lives.
If I would, I'd pour it all over my PC and just end the stream like that. But sadly, I wouldn't. I would just end it like so. But anyway, boys, thanks for showing up. Everyone for joining in. All that jazz. If you actually have sat and watched it through the whole thing, not bad. Thank you very much.
It's fucking cancer.
Yeah, it's
You better re-upload this, man. I
It
want
is.
to know what I missed.
Yeah, it'll be on the channel. So don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I'm fucking bad.
Right.
Don't you worry your pretty
I
little
want to
head.
hear about that fucking tranny.
Yeah, you will.
If you haven't already, check out my Redbubble portfolio. You might just find something you like.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this? Please?